Let's talk about this big giant massive one. Now, when Aputure released the Nova P300 last year, I thought to myself, this is the first Aputure light that I'm going to buy. It was incredible. It matched everything that I thought that I wanted to do with Aputure. Before we jump into opening the box, who is this light for? I think this light's not geared toward YouTubers, but if you can afford it, you can. But this is more of a rental house sort of light, mostly for music videos, film, and interviews. So if someone hires you on a project that requires lighting, really good lighting, I think this is a light for you. There's lots of alternatives for cheaper lights, but if you want to invest in this sort of thing, you must be looking at returning your investment. So that's the number one reason as why I bought it, because I want to see how the return on investment is for me living here in Uganda. So let's jump into it and let's open this light and let's see what comes with it. All right. Oh, lots of locks. Oh, secure. Ooh, so this is the big giant box, and inside you have the light, and then you have small other things, but this is quite heavy. So before I get onto the light, I'm going to sort of take out the small thing. So this is the control box that you're going to get with the light. Let me get it in focus here so you can see it. Now you're going to go, so this is the knob, the turn on knob, and has the on button here. And then it has the cables. So this is the power cable, well, this connector. So I'm not very technical when it comes to lights, but I'll explain to you many things as much as I can. So this is a clamp, one of the probably biggest clamps that I've ever seen. And this is the male to female. Male to female that goes into the light. I think this connects, well, we'll see it when we open. And then I guess this connects from the control box onto the light, and probably this one is for something else. Let me set up the light and let's see what this individually does. So, all right, let's set up this light and see what we got here. Yeah, this. So this here is the control box. This is the clamp, and I've sort of figured it out that this attaches in here, and then you can either clamp this on here, or you can directly put this box behind here, like I'll show you. But for now, I think we're going to put it behind to the side, and then we're going to see how we can connect this baby. So with this, we're going to attach this here at the back. There we go. Ooh, Oh, look at that. The entire room has changed to yellow. Ooh. All right, so right at the back, when you switch the Nova on, there is lots of things that this light comes with. And I think it can be a bit complex to begin with, but they've made it simple in the most of the easiest way. One, with how the, let me turn this thing off. One, with how small this thing is. So this thing is quite small, and that means that it's not intimidating in a way it is packed. So you can sort of jump in and start using the light. So let me get into the lights and let me see what can this light do, especially with one of the things that I think that I was really, really interested about when I grabbed this light. Let's jump into, let's see some of the effects that it has. So when we jump into the light effects, which I really, really, really wanted to play around with. So I think this is, you have the club lights, which changed. So if someone was in the club, so you can simulate that. And the thing is, you can change the intensity. So this is then the way it changes, the color changes from one color to another in a club. It's making it a bit slow, and then you can pump it up to make it even much faster. And then we'll find out the paparazzi, then the fire here. Ooh, so this is the fire. You can make the fire cooler or warmer. So this is how the fire is now. So you can simulate a fire thing and how the fire changes. And when you're shooting something that requires you to show some fire or the effects of fire, I think this would be a good one, and how it wraps around people. And so I think it's a good, and you can change in how the intensity of the fire. So here I have it in about 10%. So let me pump it up so that the effect is quite, now that's the effect of the full yellow fires or sun or fire. So I think it's a great effect. It's amazing. It's amazing. So we can also jump in onto or you can make the fire much more natural or warmer. So here's natural. So I guess this, I don't know what natural means, but this is apparently natural fire. So we can still go into other, there is the strobe, there is the candle. So if you're shooting, maybe if you're shooting a dinner and you wanted to simulate the candle, or if you're shooting a house, a scene, and you're lighting it from outside, or you're shooting from a window, and then you wanted to show the candle. I mean, I don't know if there is a big difference between the candle and the fire, but apparently this is how the candle looks like. Let me know if there is a big difference between the candle and the fire. So this is how it is now. I don't know if you can see much of the effect because my light is on. Let me try and turn my key light off. Is that much better? But without the key light, you can't see my face because I am heavily illuminated by the yellow here. I'm going to leave it to that so you can clearly see the full effect of these effects. And then we will come to the welding. Ooh. So if you're shooting something or someone was welding, and then let me turn this light up like this so you can not see it coming, but you can just see the effect of the light. You can see how clever that is. So you can so let me shoot it in this way such that we don't, and this thing can turn up to, up to 360 degrees. So let me turn it from here such that we get to see the full effect of these things coming in. So if I turn my, to a car cop, let me go back to this car cop. Cop car rather, and then you can see it turning from red, green and blue. And so you can clearly see the effect now as it comes in, but I don't know if you can see me because I sort of have my thing on autofocus. And so can you see it as it flicks around? Let me just turn my key light on, and then I'll just bump it to a much more smaller. Yeah, so it's a bit small now. You can sort of see the effects clearly as they play around onto the wall, because it's now bouncing on my white wall and feeling. It's actually filling up this room, but you can't see it. Let me see if I can turn to another mode. This is the party lights, then you have the fireworks, and then you have the pulsing, then you have the factory bulb, then you have the explosion. Ooh, what does the explosion feel like? Also, the explosion has the decay. Let me see how this one works. Ooh, so it gives up that sort of atomic reaction, because you know, when the atom explodes, it has a decay life, and we have our decay life here on 10. Let's see. Oh, that's quick. So we've now reduced the time in which the decay happens. So when we increase the time in which the decay happens, which doesn't make sense because we're going down, it takes much longer for it to get back in, which is really interesting. Oh, and that's up to 1. So it might take a very, wow, that's amazing. So that's good. And there is still much more that this light can do. Hey, so I've left the Nova on at the back lighting. So I know I haven't given you much of the detailed information because I am not looking at giving much detailed information on the color science and everything. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this video, and then later, within the course of the time, as I continue to use it, I'm sure I'll be doing lots of research and testing it out with using the app and just the different modes. I could spend 10 hours just trying to go through all the modes and everything that this light is packed with. So I'm going to start breaking it down into just different sections as I continue to use it. And as I continue to use it, I feel that I'll be in much position to give you what this light can do for you. So for now, I'm just gonna leave this here, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and leave some comments below of some of the things that probably you might want to see. I'm going to go through the app, and I'm going to go through some of the things that I think that will be of interest to you as a filmmaker or as a video maker, whatever you call yourself, or a photographer. I think this will be perfect for photographers. I mean, with all the gels and all the colors and things like that, it's going to be incredible. So I'm looking forward to doing that within the next few days. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. Pass it on if you think it's of interest to anyone, and I'll see you next time. Peace.